Well, we won. Held the one less point. I thought we played really good defense for about 55 minutes. I think in the third quarter we came out. We made a couple of adjustments to some of their inside run. They had a little bit of success with the quarterback early. I think they had minus 12 yards. We got a couple big plays and I think 10 total yards in the third quarter. And then up until that drive, so they go 72 yards in about 7 plays. We have a 3rd and 15 that they called the pass interference on. I watched that on tape. I mean, we got to overcome those. And then we bust 2 assignment errors, which we hadn't done. And I told them early, I give the quarterback credit, give Coach Traylor credit. They did a nice job. They saw our blitzes early in the first, and the quarterback was smart. He was able to see where to throw it and get it out quick. So they were getting 5-yard gains, and they were patient. So we decided to sit back and play zone and see if we can keep them from moving the ball. I thought for the most part we did. And then after the pass interference, we relaxed, we let up, we didn't overcome it. And I think that's 2 weeks in a row. We've had a fourth quarter drive that changes our momentum of the success that we were having. And we've got to learn to change that. 4-14 on third downs. I think they had some success in the first half on third down a little bit. I think they were 4-9. We were able to stop them on fourth down. All 3 of the fourth downs that they went for. I mean, I knew if we didn't make a mistake that we would have a chance to win. But Coach Traylor, those guys were believing in what they're doing. I thought we played 55 minutes. We have to learn how to play 60.
Did they show any looks that you haven't seen last week on there?
They did. So they did the 2 tight end stuff. But we had prepared for that because of how they attacked us when he was at Utah last year. Mm-hmm. So that didn't, and I was surprised that they kept going back to that because they didn't have any success in it. That one of their fourth downs, they tried to get in the nasty formation stuff where they get everything tight, and we played cover 2 behind it, and they did a nice job with their empty package. They went empty quite a bit. I think our kids did a nice job because I told them, I'm going to hold the call and see what the formation, because they were lined up in formations, and then we can get in a lot better defense to handle some of those things. We did that in the second half. We have on their touchdown drive, they have a fly sweep that goes into the boundary, and we have a safety that's supposed to be in the deep third, and he rolls up. Simon there. That's one of our veteran guys. I talked to Shari on the sideline after that, and then on the touchdown, same thing. Don't get in coverage communication and RPO. We practiced that, plenty of times this week that ball should be intercepted. We should get over the cross the middle, intercept that ball. So those were wounds inflicted by ourselves. Give them credit for calling the right play and executing it. But I don't know, shouldn't have given up 305 yards. That you get a bad taste in your mouth. They have about 240. I'll tell you what, they're going to be pretty good in the Big Sky. That's a good offense. He's done a great job. He's got those guys convinced at what they're doing. They believe in the scheme. They play hard. They didn't quit. They shoot 12-7 with 6:20 to go in the game. They're one play away from taking the lead. So we got a lot of things to fix in finishing. Like I said, I thought for 55 minutes we played pretty good defense. And they're starting to figure it out. They had that look on their eye on the sideline, and then we didn't overcome the pass interference penalty. And if we want to be as good as we talked about, we got to overcome those things because that's part of the game. They're going to happen. And we got to be able to, hey, it's no big deal. 1st and 10, get a stop, get off the field. Mm-hmm. And then garbage time. It's the last drive. They got some yards that those bugmen should have blitzed them.
Do you feel until Jaden gets a little more experience in the offense, maybe gets rolling a little bit more, that there's more of a burden on the defense?
I don't know if I call it a burden. I've been telling them since winter conditioning, this is the world we're going to live in, and I got no problem with it. When you're playing a true freshman quarterback, there's a lot of things that the offense can't do because they're trying to make sure that he has success and continues to grow in this deal. That's the hardest position to play on the football field. If you look at the NFL, there's 32 teams. There ain't 32 elite quarterbacks. And so they've got to continue to bring him along. And I got no problem living in that world. What you can't do is you can't give up a big play. You can't give up a 7-play, 72-yard drive in the fourth quarter and give them hope. You got to bury them at that point. And we're learning how to do that. We're not we're not there yet. And I thought our conditioning was better tonight. I thought they played harder than they did the previous week. But I'm really, really disappointed with our finish. I'm telling you, 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go, you ought to bury them. And we didn't. We gave them life. We gave them some energy. They scored the touchdown. And then on that last play of the game, that guy made a heck of a catch. He wasn't in bounds, thank God, or all of a sudden it's going to be 19-14. But we got to continue to. I mean, we're not mean enough at the end yet.
Yeah.
I thought they played, like I said, for 55 minutes they played pretty good defense.
I know you have to watch the film to know this, but you talked about the most improvement from week 1 to week 2. So what's your sense about just how you did in that respect?
It seemed like early we were executing things pretty good for what we were calling. I mean, I thought they would have a hard time moving the ball for consistent periods. I thought we would be able to. They might get a first down or two. I think they ended up with 16 in the game. They might get a first down or two, but we would be able to get them in some 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8 situations where we'd be able to get off the field. The 263 yards passing it bothers me because we should react better because we played a ton of zone coverage tonight. So we should react better, and I didn't think we tackled very well in the fourth quarter. Our angles to the pursuit when they're catching the ball were terrible. We had some guys in there trying to get them some game reps when we were up there 19-7 at the end that, I mean, they need those reps to get better because we're going to need them as the season goes along, and some of their angles were terrible. I'm really disappointed with the 2 assignment errors because those are our veteran guys. We need to fix those. Those can't happen. Not if you want to be dominant. Not if you want to have a chance to win every game. And I think we're good enough on defense that we'll have a chance to win every game. We can put them in position to. And if you play 6-0, if you play 7-3, I can live in that world. Our kids have to understand that there's no room for error. Just don't give up big plays. We cannot make mistakes when it's self-inflicted wounds. That's partly coaching because we got to teach them better. We can't have them come over to the sideline trying to make excuses of why they made the mistake. They owned up. I mean, they owned them. So we got to finish that off better. 6:20 to go. It's what, 12-0? We got to finish that off. I'm winning is we won.
I saw during the alma mater, Chase came over, put his arm around you, but it seemed like you were still talking to him about the last play of the game.
I kind of was talking to him about the last 6 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, he's a veteran guy, and when we get that deal where we get the pass interference penalty, it's step up. I mean, be a leader at that point. He asked a question about one of the route concepts and how he played it, and then I was kind of coaching him up on how I thought he should have done it a little bit better. So, I mean, it's that right there gives you the point. It bothered him. I mean, I say it all the time, winning ain't easy. Winning football games is not easy. And so to have this sour attitude that I have right now, go in the locker room and I'll love them up and tell them how great they are, and I won't tell them how great they are, but I'll tell them good job and enjoy it because winning ain't easy, but it bothers them. I mean, we had an opportunity to shut somebody out again and we didn't finish it, and that bothers them. It bothers the tar out of me. So, and they're starting to feed off my personality. So we won.
What did you think of the play of DJ tonight?
I thought DJ did a nice job up front. They're having a hard time blocking him. They did a good job. So in the first quarter, they did a pretty good job. So early on, we're running some stunts. First couple times, they didn't see it. They recognized our alignment. So when we were able to, what I'm really proud of DJ for, he came over and said, "Hey, coach, this is what they're doing this time." And when we can get that kind of feedback from both upstairs, which Coach White does a great job, but the players come off and say, "Hey, coach, I'm getting this," it really gives me an opportunity to say, okay, well, this is how we can handle that. And I think from about the middle of the first quarter till the end of the fourth quarter, they came over with really good information, and we had answers for what they were trying to do. And then we give up a couple Simon errors and don't finish them. So, but DJ, he's getting better every week, and that's positive because we need those guys up front to continue to get better. And we weren't putting our typical pressure that we did. We were just making sure that they didn't drive. I don't know what they rushed for, 30 yards, something. I mean, they were living empty and all that stuff that they do. It's the Utah stuff, and they did a great job with it. That running back that they have is Dobson. I mean, he was their only all-conference player. He was probably the best running back in the Big Sky last year. They're going to compete in the Big Sky. Coach Taylor, give him credit. They're doing a good job over there. They've got a tenacious football team. I mean, they did a great job on defense. They played good tonight on defense. So we're still a work in progress. I think we've got to continue with the attitude part of it to finish them, and that's going to be the degree. This whole week is going to be about finishing, because we're gonna until they get a little bit more comfortable. Jaden gets a little bit more comfortable. I mean, next week it's going to be the same situation. We're gonna have to hold them down and maybe create some short fields. I was disappointed we didn't get the turnovers tonight. The short field, we didn't think we stopped them a couple times backed up, so they punted the ball and we were able to get some returns. We got the one interception that was on a 4th down. We've got to create some short fields so that they don't so to help out the offense a little bit, to help Jaden out, and that'll be the goal this week. Create short fields and finish. They need to learn how to finish.
Thank you, Coach.